This podcast is sponsored by Same Day STD Testing, the nation's #1 STD STI testing company, offering fast, private, and confidential STI testing nationwide. You can speak with a counselor by calling 844-332-2461. You can also visit their website at www.samedaystdtesting.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Sexpectations.Podcast, where I am your host, Nikki. I'm so happy to be here with you guys again for another week, and I'm actually recording this episode. So this is our first recorded episode, which will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. So that is Same Day STD Testing for the YouTube channel. So you definitely want to check that out. And then I also need you all to go and like our Instagram page. So that is Talkaboutsexnow on Instagram. We upload so much informative information in regards to sexually transmitted diseases, prevention, testing, just information in regard to the different diseases. If you may have contracted one already, like an HIV diagnosis or herpes diagnosis, how to get over that initial shock, all of those things we upload and give you guys some really good topics. So definitely check out our Instagram page, and again, that's at Talkaboutsexnow. So I want you guys to go and like us over there, follow the page, and then also we have the Sexpectations.Podcast Instagram. So I need you to go and like that page as well. And then of course, our YouTube channel, which is gearing up. I am so excited to be putting all of this amazing content on our YouTube channel. So you'll want to go and like the YouTube channel and also turn on your notifications so you can make sure that you will not miss an episode, because this shit is gonna get good. You got it. So I am so excited again to be here with you guys. So it's National Kink Month. So I've been talking about all things kinky all month long, which has been absolutely amazing. I mean, who doesn't like spicing up the bedroom, making things a little bit more fun? And so I want to talk about golden showers today. I want to get straight on into it. And so golden showers for some is a really touchy subject, right? Because they're like, why would someone want to piss on me? And then they feel that it's like degrading, right? Like, hell no, I won't have nobody piss on me. You know, they just have this disregard in regard to golden showers. But for some, it's an amazing fetish. They get off on it. They absolutely love it. They love the feeling of, you know, that dominance and the submission and all of those things. And I happen to be one of those people. I actually love golden showers. I think that just relinquishing, you know, that control and being able to be weak there in the moment and feel the warmth of my partner's urine flowing down my body. It really is amazing for me. So what is a golden shower? So also called water sports for some. I don't know who made up that term, but it is a sex act that involves urine. You know, plain and simple. And this can be, you know, peeing on your partner, peeing in front of your partner, near your partner, or having your partner pee on, near, or in front of you. Okay, and no, it's really no rules to this, except that it definitely involves pee. Sometimes I've heard from some women that they're even sitting on the toilet and there's, you know, have their legs spread, and their partner practices shooting the urine down by their urethra or whatever. So whatever that means for you. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, for some, why would someone want to be pissed on? Why is this golden shower a thing for some people? And I get it, like I said, it's kind of different, right? But this is a kink that takes you outside of your heteronormative penis and vagina friction sex, right? So it's a component of really the dominance and submission and the act of peeing on a partner, or having a partner pee on you. So whoever decides to be peed on is typically the one that is looking to be submissive in that moment. And then of course the peer is looking to be a bit more dominant. And so for others, golden showers is just a fetish that gets them aroused. And they don't have any interest in the power exchange, essentially the aspect of urinating in front of a partner. It's really not like that. It's just a fetish, and they just like pissing on or near or whatever in front of their partner. Now, there are far more people who are interested in this sort of play that would actually care to disclose it. Okay, and it's funny because I actually posed the question on my Facebook page, and I wanted to know, who would be into golden showers, and I didn't get many comments. Not many people commented, and I think it's the embarrassment factor. A lot of individuals don't want others to know that urine is something that they would find arousing. And I also posed the question in my Pussy Trauma group. So Pussy Trauma is a closed group where it's all women. And so they're able to be a little bit more open and free in regard to their thoughts, right? So a lot of individuals, it was really a mixed point of view. Some said hell no, they felt that it was disgusting, degrading. Others felt that yes, it definitely was a turn on. So I think again, it's more individuals that are into this than they will say, which goes for many fetishes. A lot of individuals, they're embarrassed about the things they like, and that's what unfortunately leads us to these awful, boring sex lives, because individuals are not honing in on what makes them feel good and what brings them pleasure. And for some, that is urine. So, water sports can foster trust and intimacy, and there is vulnerability as well, both in having a partner pee in your presence and allowing yourself to be peed on, essentially, because you have to really come down to feeling as though I totally trust you. I think that if there is no trust, you aren't going to be able to really fully embrace the entire experience. And there is also something about exchanging bodily fluids, I think, that in general can be hot for some. And the fact that it is wrong or dirty, right, can be a turn on in itself. And I think that has a little bit to do with why I enjoy golden showers, because it is something that is just so dirty and nasty. And sometimes, even like when you're getting hit from the back, and you're being called these derogatory terms, right? Like I like, to be called the nasty slut bitch, or my little whore, or whatever. Like that's nasty and dirty and things that we are not supposed to say, right? So it's so enjoyable for me personally to be able to just feel nasty and dirty for a minute. And I think that is why a lot of people enjoy the golden shower fetish. So how to get into this, right, with a partner? Like, how do you even, especially when you all are like on a vanilla type situation and it's a lot of penis and vagina friction sex, or even in non-binary or lesbian or gay relationships where everything is just normal for whatever you guys got going on. How do you introduce something so far left, right, or far right, whatever? How do you introduce these things? First of all, I got to coin my Sex with Dr. Emily. Hello, Sex with Dr. Emily. We love her. And she says communication is what? Lubrication. It is, right? I can't tell you enough how much just communicating with your partner is so important. And I know that especially when it comes to a kink like this, it may be a little difficult because you fear rejection, right? You fear your partner saying, hell no, I would not be into that. And who wants to be rejected? No one. But in order to even see if it's a possibility, you have to open your mouth and communicate. And who knows? This may be something that your partner had on their mind as well for years and was afraid to come and communicate that to you. So one of you all are going to have to take the initiative to say, hey, this is something that I want to bring into the relationship. Now, once you decide that, yes, okay, this is something that I'm interested in, this is something that we may try, you want to make sure you get consent, right? Consent is so sexy. And we have to have consent before you try to experiment with the water sports. And again, it's a conversation that needs to be had before you decide to just, like if you say, hey baby, come get in the shower with me, and then you just decide to water sport her, you know, without her knowledge of any of this going down, that's not okay. So you want to make sure you have that conversation prior to actually engaging in the water sports. Now, what's hot to you may not be hot to your partner because that's just not how interests work, right? And so you want to make sure you are on the same page in order to proceed to that next level. And if your partner says yes, then by all means go for it. But make sure you get that consent. And then let them know a little bit why you want to try out the golden shower. What is it about the golden shower that interests you? Is it the power dynamic? Is it the dominance dynamic? Is it just a fetish that you like seeing urine, flow down your partner's body? What is it for you? Make sure you explain that to your partner so then they can have a better understanding and they will know what it is that they're essentially saying yes to. And make a plan and kind of stick to it, right? So, of course, you want to make sure general cleanliness is taken into account. Okay, we're talking about urine. So urine isn't the most, clean liquid that we could possibly be using. So you want to make sure that, where are we going to do this at? Is it going to be in the shower? Is it going to be in the bed, on the floor? I don't know. I think that you definitely probably want to stick with the shower. I mean, that's what I do because I don't want urine all over my bed. But hey, you have some people that are in love with this golden shower fetish and they want to piss on you wherever they want to piss on you, and that's their prerogative. So just make sure you understand that you're taking cleanliness into account and you know where you all are going to be doing this prior to getting it on. And sticking to that set plan ensures that all conditions of the consent are being met and no one is surprised in a way that they are utterly just disappointed or unprepared for. Right? So be aware that urine isn't exactly sterile, like I was saying, and you want to make sure it doesn't get in like your eyes and your mouth. If it does get in your mouth, make sure you don't swallow it. Okay, make sure you spit it out. There are live bacteria in urine, so you definitely want to make sure you keep that into consideration. And then even on the surface of your skin, you want to make sure you wipe that off and just be clean and take that into account. If you have any open scrapes or cuts, you want to take that into consideration as well, as of course that could definitely harm you and contaminate those scrapes. And don't freak out. Like I said, if the piss gets in your eyes or if it gets in your mouth, don't freak out. It's not going to kill you. just make sure you are spitting it out, okay? We don't need you to swallow. We're not swallowing pee. So the golden shower fetish, I think, is fun. I think it's totally something you should try at least once. Hey, you don't like it, you don't like it. Don't have to try it again. But how can you say you don't like something if you've never tried it? So I think it's a great idea to try it out, see if you like it, and go from there. Guys, it's National Kink Month. It is National Kink Month. We are talking all things kink, y'all. So listen, scat play. Scat play is one of those fetishes that are, even as this sex positive, open-minded, get it in, let's go, I've done everything under the sun type bitch, right? The scat fetish is one that still kind of tickles my fancy, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It's one that I fail to understand, but hey, it's not for me to understand. It's not for me. It's for those that enjoy it. And so I'm sure some of you are wondering, what is the scat fetish? Well, it's also called corporophilia, or the fetish of fecal matter. Okay, so we're talking about piss, we might as well talk about shit too, okay? So they kind of go hands in hand, if you will. So scat play, definitely I think is more taboo than golden showers. I didn't even make a status, or actually pussy trauma. In pussy trauma, I did inquire and see if anyone was into scat play, and a lot of women said that they would be for the right price. Okay, so I don't think anybody is willingly doing this in their, normal relationships, but if they are into sex work, or they have, jobs where they entertain men and their fetishes, they don't mind doing it for the right price. So definitely more taboo than golden showers. I don't think many are going to admit they have this fetish. First of all, there's a complete social anxiety about going number 2, okay? So the fact that even we can't even talk about the fact that we poop, or that we fart, or any of these, taboo, normal human things. These are all things that humans have to do, right? Like, this is just normal. But we don't want to talk about it. It's totally taboo. So along with the general grossness we all feel about poop, even saying the word poop or shit or dump or whatever makes the idea of this fetish for human waste completely unfathomable for some. And so I totally get that. And I'm right there along with some of you, but I've learned to accept the fact that I will never understand it. And it gets some people off, and that's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. So even the smell and the texture, that's what they like. They like the smell, they like the texture. Some of them like tasting it. A lot of us kind of was introduced against our will, essentially, with the 2 girls in 1 cup video. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was like back in 2000, I want to say. That 2 girl in 1 cup video. I was very intrigued by the video, I ain't gonna lie, because you had these women just pooping everywhere, and then you had people eating the poop, and the poop, poop everywhere. Right, so the 2 girls in the 1 cup video kind of introduced the world to this scat fetish, unbeknownst to any of us. Okay, it kind of went viral, and it was just the thing to watch at the time. So a lot of us were introduced to that. Now, I don't know that, like Pornhub and Xvideos and places like that where we go and watch pornography, I'm not too sure that they show a lot of scat videos, because I think that it is banned from a lot of different places. I know even doing phone sex work, it's not something that can be talked about on the phone sex platforms. Now, I do have a client that has a scat fetish. And he more so just enjoys understanding and listening to stories about how I go to the restroom, how my stomach rumbles or grumbles when it's time for me to go, and things of that nature. So that's what he enjoys. He doesn't typically enjoy actually eating it or spreading it all over his body, or actually watching it, watching the anal back door expand. That's not really what he's into. He's just interested in hearing about it. Now, he does have an interest in sitting in the bathroom while somebody goes, because he wants to smell it. He wants to hear it drop into the toilet, all of those things. So there's a wide range of individuals and how they go about their scat fetish. So there is a such thing as, shit-loving kinksters. So there are multiple levels to the fetish. So some, like I was explaining, enjoy eating and smearing of the poop. Others enjoy watching the anus expand and contract. Basically seeing the anus expand and stretch to accommodate the shit that has to come out of it. That is what arouses them. Actually seeing the anus open up. So it's definitely something that is quite kinky. To see the anal hole expand and see the poop come out. Some women have even said, and men, this fetish is both, okay, for male, female, trans, whatever. Some say that they have been looking at themselves take a shit with a mirror since they were children. They knew that they had this fetish for years and years. So this isn't something that's new for them. So some just like anal sex, okay, especially when their partner is dirty. So they prefer, like I was explaining earlier to my other group, douching, right? I got a douche right here, which I'm going to talk about in a minute when I talk about anal sex. But douching with an anal douche, typically is how you would get your butt ready for anal sex. But for them, they want a dirty booty hole. Okay, they want your booty hole to be dirty, so then they can fulfill their fantasies and their fetish. Some feel it's an ultimate expression of intimacy and vulnerability. Again, just really letting your guard down and taking all those societal standards away and all the taboo bullshit really allows for a space of intimacy and full-on expression of your love for your partner, especially when they have these different kinks. And then some like to actually put it in their mouths to enjoy the flavor of it. And some just chew it up, like to enjoy the flavor of it. Many say that it is not as bad, the flavor is not as bad as it smells. But then they don't swallow, because of course there are increased health risks with swallowing fecal matter, so you definitely want to keep that in mind. Some do swallow. Some that have, really intense fetishes with fecal matter, they will swallow. But you really have to understand that there are some really severe health consequences when you swallow fecal matter. It's not healthy. So for most, these fetishes get pretty damn specific, and either way, either they want male or female, whatever, they don't get aroused. Some don't get aroused by like animal shit or people or male shit. Like some men don't get aroused by other men's shit, but they will get aroused by women's shit. Or you'll have a woman that doesn't get aroused by woman's shit, but she gets aroused by men's shit. Or there's an animal like pooping in the yard. They don't get aroused by those kind of things. Some like solid poop. Others like diarrhea. Some like giant long shits. Others like little tiny crumbles. So I mean, this fetish gets pretty damn specific as far as what you like and what you don't like. And hey, by all means, do you, boo, right? Like what you want to like. Now, dating with a scat fetish. Ooh. And so with the scat fetish, it's a little different than golden showers because, see, I feel like with golden showers, you can kind of turn that on, turn that off. It's almost like, you know, for me, I enjoy golden showers. They're cool. You know, if I'm really trying to be intimate and have fun and do something different with my partner, golden showers is what we turn to. But then with the scat fetish, this is like a lifestyle for many. It's something that they can't live without. It's a deal breaker. But what I find, especially in my phone sex work, is that many individuals that have this scat fetish, first of all, they feel embarrassed by it, and then they settle. They settle for relationships that aren't conducive to their wants and their needs, right? So they are in relationships, marriages with women that have, first of all, absolutely no idea that they even have this fetish. And then if they did know, they wouldn't be willing participants. So then they have to resort to calling phone sex workers and engaging in with escorts and things like that to fulfill their fantasies, which is not okay. But dating with a scat fetish can be quite hard because, of course, if this is something that you want long-term with this individual, you would want to, you know, let them know up front, hey, I have this fetish, this is what it is, I'm not willing to compromise, I want to see your shit, smell your shit, whatever the case may be. So I can understand the dating would be quite difficult, which is unfortunate. But, and then you have, you know, the women that have scat fetishes too, which exist. But those women are few and far between. And from my understanding, they get snatched up fairly quickly because they've got to find somebody that also has a scat fetish, and then they both have a scat fetish, and they're probably off the market. So dating can be very, very difficult, but I would recommend being upfront, being honest. Honesty goes a long way, and I think that if you live completely in your truth and in your authenticity and transparent, be just transparent in regard to what it is that you like and what turns you on, what tickles your fancy, what brings you pleasure, then the right one will come along. And that is my take on that. Now, working up the nerve to even tell a partner, just do it. Just do it. What is the worst they can say? Is no. No, I won't do it. No. Which can be a little bit unfortunate, right? We don't like rejection. We don't want to be told no. But if we don't ask, hey, what is that doing us? It's not doing us any good. So settling with someone who, you know, won't participate, that is not something that I agree with, and I don't think you should do. Okay. So that was a little bit on the scat fetish. Now that kind of segues me into the last thing we're going to talk about here, which is anal sex. Anal sex is so much fun, y'all, and I think it's amazing to add anal sex into your sessions or routines or your sexcapades, whatever you want to call them. Especially during Kink month, because we're just exploring all things kink, right? So anal sex can be sort of fun. So I brought some goodies to show you guys. So you got to make sure that you are logging on and subscribing to our YouTube channel so you can see these goodies. So first of all, whenever you are engaging in anal sex, especially if you are just getting into it and you're opening up and you're trying it for the first time with a partner, you want to use a anal douche. Get your butthole ready. Now for a scat guy or girl, they may not want you to get your butthole ready, but hey, for those people that don't have scat fetishes, we want a clean booty hole. So you can use this anal douche. You can put water or whatever liquid you prefer in it and clean your butt. Of course, you want to maybe take a nice dump first too, and that way all of that'll be cleaned out. Now if you're starting anal without, you know, you're at the beginning stages, I recommend doing it alone. Okay, you don't really need to bring in your partner in the initial stages, because a lot of times, especially men, they don't know how to take their time. They don't know your pain tolerance, but you do. So take your time with yourself. Be mindful and present in the act. Make this an intimate moment and really get into it with yourself. I always like to start with something small, right? Something small, and then you can work your way up. So when I'm talking about something small, guys on the podcast here, I'm talking about a butt plug. So you want to insert a butt plug, and starting with something small will help. Now you have to understand also that our anuses do not self-lubricate. So since they don't self-lubricate, you want to make sure that you are using a lot of lube. So my favorite here is Joe H2O, y'all. It is perfect because it's just thick enough where it's not like silicone, but just thin enough where it feels like a little water, okay? So it's perfect to kind of lube up the anal region and get that popping off. And then you can play with different butt plugs, okay? So this one is a weighted butt plug, and it's super cool because it has weights. And so what the weights do is they help you fill up a little bit, feel a little full. So then when you insert that dick in there, it's really not gonna be all that bad. So really just use these different butt plugs and these different sex toys and tools to open up the anus, right? It's used to things coming out of it, not going in it. So definitely play around with it. See what works for you. And then you can introduce your partner, right? And make sure they take it slow. It's nothing to rush. You don't have to rush anal sex. What I do is I like to grab onto their dick, or my husband, right? I like to grab onto my husband's dick and kind of insert it in by myself and let him, and then once it's in, I'll let him do his thing. But, getting it in, those initial steps, I do myself because I know my pain tolerance. Now, again, I would not recommend doing any sort of numbing cream because if things hurt, you're not going to feel it. And then you'll be sore and tore up the next day, which is not something that we want. So make sure you're taking your time. But anal sex is amazing because we have so many erogenous zones from our clitoris that expand into the anus, and you can have absolutely amazing orgasms from anal sex. So it's definitely something that I would recommend that you try. And don't be scared. Don't be scared of anal sex. Don't be scared of the shit aspect, thinking, oh, shit may be on the dick or shit may be on the butt plugs or on the toys. At the end of the day, it is what it is. That's what happens in that region. That's what that place is for, right? So if it happens, it happens. But don't be afraid of it. It's just bodily fluids. Clean it up and keep it moving, okay? So that is it, y'all. Happy National Kink Month. I am so excited. I love National Kink Month, and you know what? I have been, even with myself and my partner, I have been really just diving into all things kinky all month long because I think it is so important to explore your sexuality outside of just the norm, right? Just opening up, expanding the things that you bring into the bedroom, being mindful and present in that is so important, y'all. So I want y'all to have an amazing rest of Kink Month. Add some of these fun things into your daily sexcapades. And I will see you all, or talk to you all, look, because I'm doing both here. I will see and talk to you guys next week. And we're going to have an amazing guest on. Her name is Meta May. She is a sex worker, sexual revolutionary, and she is coming on to end National Kink Month, talking about sex work, dominatrix, and pegging. Y'all don't want to miss it, okay? So I will talk to you guys soon. Until next time, sex, and more sex. Bye.